for a full meal in no time. Great tasting homemade meals don't have to be a hassle. Make effortless meals with new Binto instant noodles. Binto instant noodles. Good, better, Binto. When I'm with my friends and we're just having fun, laughing and rejoicing, everyone's around. Or maybe we're at school, playing games and feeling cool, cause we best at what we do. Come and have a sip or two of Fresh Up. Fresh Up! Behind every moment with Fresh Up, there's joy. Enjoy the new look and bigger Fresh Up bottle for more fun moments. Fresh Up. Turn out the juice.
Sunny day, clouds, wind, temperature, humidity, pressure. It's time for the weather report on the Heavy Breakfast.
Welcome to the Heavy Breakfast Show, and we start with the weather report today, the 30th of August 2024. In Mansa, it will be breezy this morning, otherwise sunny much of the time, and the temperatures will be as high as 32 degrees Celsius. And tonight, it will be clear, and the temperatures will drop to 17 degrees Celsius. And the air quality is nice, but sensitive groups may experience minor to moderate symptoms from long-term exposure. And we look at other towns in Luapula province in terms of the temperatures as at 0612. We have Chembe at 16 degrees Celsius, Chienge at 18 degrees Celsius, Kashiwa is at 17 degrees Celsius, Lubwe 14, Monunga at 17, Safi at 14, Chilenge 22, Mansa currently stands at 17 degrees Celsius, Kawambu at 18, Kalaba at 14, Chipidi is at 17 degrees Celsius. That's the weather report for today.
Sunny day, clouds, wind, temperature, humidity, pressure. The weather report.
Good morning, Tia. Good morning. This morning is the finest morning. It's no other morning. This morning is tomorrow morning. It's finest this morning. It's tomorrow morning. The finest morning is no other morning. It's this morning. Good morning, Tia.
Ibintu fiera birerundwa n'amapulastiki balunzire kone.
Business Trends on the Heavy Breakfast Show.
Welcome to the Business Trends on the Heavy Breakfast Show today, Friday, the 30th of August, 2024. I'm Jack, and we go straight into what is happening in the business world. Now, the Zambia Compulsory Standard Agency, ZCSA, has assured all consumers and trading outlets that all the meal brands currently being supplied on the market are safe for human consumption. The agency, which is responsible for regulating the production and supply of meal, is urging the public not to panic over recent public concerns regarding the safety of meal, as there are effective food safety and quality control systems to protect consumers. ZCSA Executive Director Gerald Chizinga says the agency, working with other state institutions, has implemented adequate measures to safeguard the health and safety of consumers following the detection of elevated aflatoxin levels in some batches of meal and dog food. He says the affected batches of meal, which were identified and withdrawn from the market and factories, have since been destroyed in line with Section 16.4b of the Compulsory Standards Act. Mr. Chizinga says the agency will continue conducting routine factory inspections aimed at ensuring that products are tested before being supplied on the market, and market surveillance inspections countrywide for continued compliance to protect the health and safety of consumers. So that's a message from the ZCSA, the Zambia Compulsory Standard Agency. And I don't know if people will still have confidence in this institution, because the big question people are asking is, where were they when this whole thing was happening? Because according to the minister, he indicated that the aflatoxin was detected in the month of June, but we never heard anything like from this agency. So they went to sleep. Now, how are we going to trust them this time around that whatever they are telling us is what is happening on the ground? So we'll wait and see. And yeah, we'll give them the benefit of doubt. Now, in other news, economist Lubinda Abazoka is confident that the National Pensions Scheme Authority (NAPSA) remains a viable scheme for pensioners despite a series of investments that have given negative results. Dr. Abazoka says NAPSA, like other investors, will see some of its investments yield positive results, while others may not work as planned. This follows the closure of Society Business Park and other challenged NAPSA investments, such as the Kalulushi NAPSA housing complex and some partially occupied malls in both Lusaka and the Copper Belt. However, Dr. Abazoka has told the Phoenix News that people's savings are secure under NAPSA and has encouraged the authority to continue investing in infrastructure development and real estate despite these notable negative results. And Green Party leader Peter Sinkamba says there is need for NAPSA management to follow the law to determine what percentage of its money should be put at risk in investments, and has called for thorough due diligence before pensioners' money is committed to any projects and investments. We still continue with business news on the Heavy Breakfast show today, Monday, and Friday rather. And we move on to other stories. Chinese telecoms giants Huawei has donated equipment for the construction of 25 communication towers across the country. The equipment includes wireless transmission technology, power systems, materials, and related services. During President Hakainde Hichilema's visit to China in September 2023, Huawei made the commitment, which culminated in a memorandum of understanding being signed between Huawei and the Ministry of Technology and Science in June this year. Mr. Mtati said this when he unveiled the winner of the Zamtel Winner Bond competition, Hamaria Musanka, who has won a 3-bedroom house in Lusaka's Lilaya Estates. And Zamtel Chief Executive Officer Jason Mwanza reaffirmed the telecoms firm's commitment to help government promote financial inclusion. Meanwhile, Mr. Musanka said he has appointed himself an ambassador for Zamtel. Mr. Musanka said Zamtel has changed the lives of his family as they have visited Lusaka for the first time in their lives. Now, in other business news, President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to attend the 9th Forum on China's Africa Cooperation FOCAC Summit, which runs in China from August 30th today to September 7th, 2024. The summit, held every 3 years rather, alternatively in Africa and China, will be convened from September 4th to 6th in Beijing under the theme Joining Forces to Promote Modernization and Build a High-Level China-Africa Community of a Shared Future. Foreign Affairs International Cooperation Minister Mulambo Aimbe says President Hichilema will join other leaders at the summit in advancing common growth and mutually benefited development for Africa and China. Mr. Aimbe says that President Hichilema will on September 4th hold a bilateral meeting with China's President Xi Jinping. The meeting will cement the long-standing and excellent bilateral relations between Zambia and China as two countries this year commemorate 60 years of diplomatic ties. Mr. Aimbe says that during the meeting, President Hichilema, together with President Xi and President Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania, will witness the signing of the investment framework on the revitalization of Tazara. The president is later on the same day scheduled to grace the Zambia Power Development. We come to the end of the business trends on the Heavy Breakfast show today, Friday, the 30th of August, 2024. It's now 6:20, and don't forget, we still have the news coming up at 6:45.
ebintu byena birerundwa n'amapulastiki balundire kuno.
Business Trends on the Heavy Breakfast Show.
It's more than just radio. Have you had an experience of this magnitude? Sounding good all the time, anytime.
Good morning, Tia. Good morning. This morning is the finest morning. It's no other morning. This morning is tomorrow morning. Is finest this morning. And tomorrow morning is the finest morning. Is no other morning. This morning. Good morning, Tia.
You want it all? Well, we've got it all. Just for you. The Premier League, La Liga, the FA Cup, Bola Z, Serie A, the Europa League, and a whole lot more. Stay connected to DSTV Compact for only 610 kwacha per month and get all the football you want. DSTV Zambia, your home of entertainment.
Thank you, everybody, for your overwhelming support. In order to win this award, we had to subvert traditional wrestling methods. It took a lot of... Okay, Mose, interpret. Let me give you some pointers about how to get it done. Remain inspired. Have endurance. Focus well. And maintain the energy. Drink the magic that energizes. Drink Mojo.
Tirinki ni Mojo.
Mojo Energy Drink, the magic that energizes.
Yes. Panda, come in.
Boss, my grade 7 has passed. My grade 12 has also passed. Even my wife, she related she has passed. Oh, sorry. Yes,
Yes. Thank you, Panda.
What have I forgotten? Naibala, my way. What's wait. Let me say wait.
Panda, what's the problem?
I forgot to put cream mix.
Here's a little song.
Your tea isn't tea till you cream it. Smooth, delicious, creamy texture make Cream It Coffee and Tea Creamer a must-have. Cream It Coffee and Tea Creamer. It just tastes better when you cream it. Manufactured by Dairy Gold, a Trade Kings company. Greatness is everywhere. It's in the places you go, the people you meet, the things you do. Introducing Shaka Soft Drinks, a unique, refreshing drink that celebrates greatness. Shaka, celebrate greatness.
Nothing in this world is better than chilling at home with everyone. Woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes telling me everything will be fine. Doesn't matter where you're from, you cannot get the taste of home. There's no taste like home. There is no better feeling than home when the taste is home. There's no taste like home. There's no taste like home. There is no better feeling than home when the taste is home.
Fruit Top. Nothing tastes like home with real fruit in every drop. We've all done it. Yep. The slurp. There's the hot tea slurp. And then there's the not so nice drink slurp. Then there's the too thick to slurp slurp. And then there is the milk it slurp. With the milk it's lapped, you can tell the subject wants to sip every drop of milky goodness in the pack until there is nothing left. I mean, there's even a new technique where the subject skillfully aims the straw at the corners of the pack so that in the end, total emptiness.
Tell me now, how do you like it? This is how we make milky.
Milky Milkshake, the shake that moves.
You yearn for great entertainment, and now it's here. On 95.5.
95.5. You are listening to KKKFM.
Only question is, are you ready? Are you ready?
I can change your life.
KKKFM live on your FM dial. 95.5.
It is the Friday's edition of For the Breakfast Show. I'm Jack. I'll be with you till 9 hours today, the 30th of August 2024. The year is slowly coming to an end. Have you noticed that? We are slowly coming to an end. It's just very recent that the rain season went, and it's just about to come once more. And was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? It rained cats and dogs in Mbala. There was a heavy downpour, and the more reason why government is advising our farmers, hardworking farmers, to make sure that they safely secure their harvest, because it might happen that God might bless us with the good rainfall, this season. But you just have to understand that it doesn't mean when we have the good rainfall, then soon load shedding is going to end. According to the experts, they say we need 3 cycles of the rain season. So if we have good rains for the next 3 seasons, then some of our dams, and mostly our power generating plants located in the southern part of Zambia, that produce a lot of power, like Kariba North Bank, the Kafue Gorge, Teji, they're all located on the southern part of Zambia. So for them to get to that level where I would say now they can be producing at the full capacity, according to experts at ZESCO and in the energy sector, they say we need 3 cycles of good rains. So it's a good start if we can have the rains today. And it's getting hot. It's getting we just need to find another solution to end this load shedding, because I think this side we are even lucky. We've had complaints whereby in Lusaka, some areas they go as 3 days without power, 2 days without power, and when it comes, it's just maybe for 4 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, and then it goes again. So life is hard, and energy is the oil of an economy. It runs the economy. So if we continue to struggle in the energy sector, then it will be difficult to develop as a nation. Yeah, that's a fact. You don't have to go to a college or to a university to understand that. And I was watching a report on the BBC yesterday afternoon, and the situation is also worse in Zimbabwe. And you couldn't just believe seeing something that it looks like a beach, but they tell you this was a big river. It was a big river, and now within where the river was, that's where they are digging the wells now. And these wells are being shared with animals. And if you look at the quality of water that they are getting from there, it's so sad. It's so sad. So this is considered to be the worst drought that Southern Africa has experienced. But the northern part of Zambia, we never experienced this condition. So you fail to understand why we've got challenges of water. I don't know. We've got this challenge of water in Mansa. And the other thing, I would urge the Luapula Water and Storage Company, please make sure that you attend to complaints raised by the customers. I think we are not doing well in that regard. This is the message to Luapula Water and Storage Company. We are not doing well. I've noticed that the council is doing the grading of the roads in our townships, and sometimes they do damage the water pipes. Like in my area, the water pipes have been damaged. Now it's 2 weeks. We've never seen any worker from Luapula Water and Storage Company to come and attend to that problem. And the water that you lose is treated water, so you are spending money on the water that is not being used. So make sure when people complain, they raise complaints, you attend to them. In that regard, you save the public better. That's a word to you. Being a Friday, let me just play this song. This song's so funny. On the Copper Belt, they like coin some words. Like if they want to say they want to refer to a girl. In those days, they would say in Jabi. If you grow up on the Copper Belt, you understand what I'm saying. And also started calling women as Ichibiongo. Yeah, you've heard about Ichibiongo. That is a reference to women, a woman or a lady who is so beautiful. And this guy, Jesse Kalinks, came up with the song, and it's a song I'm loving. I don't know. I heard someone singing within my house, and I got interested. Ichibiongo.
Baby, wako wako mutima ne, watola wako mutima ne, uwasekelelo mutima bebe. Ichibiongo chapane banga chambona, chinchita baby sweetheart wamona, kacha ishibana inawine na ichitema, deshe madelo wate mutache. Ichibiongo chapane banga chambona, baby, baby, Ichibiongo chapane banga chambona, Ichibiongo. Efyo chanchite chibiongo alafyakula, efyo mutima udumba ngachatula, efyo chatelela, skini eka vye, awe chakule kaveya, ndafilo kukona, kachambona brani la shoma, abodi is a phenomenoma, alijenda na mitinda puma Ichibiongo chapane banga chambona, chinchita baby sweetheart wamona, kacha ishibana inawine na ichitema, deshe vadelo wate mutache. Ichibiongo chapane banga chambona, baby, Hey, Auntie baby. It's your love, yeah, yeah.
Vin ama PSS tayaba pashejo ndi mula mama zirani ni pamolu for that beba PSS
Ichibionga uchapane banga chapona Chinchita baby sweet ate wa mwana Kacha ishibana inawine na lichitema Yese vale wache mutate Ichibionga uchapane banga chapona Auntie baby, hey, auntie baby Ichibionga uchapane banga chapona yeah, yeah, it's young, hey, ooh, yeah, oh, Auntie baby, hey, auntie baby, it's your love, yeah, yeah, it's your love. Inu eka inantu shomtina Adita kukonga fida fino Seshade Fida fini mungu falaka Na inenda kumfalaka baby Ala namu baby mami Kumfishende makumutima wanimwa
Bana mwana
Mkwai
alamula tintikanye chupa kubyala tafika mene bwino
alefine musaka manene anje ngevyo musaka manana abana besunga chali wa
kyapana shani kipibidi
mailo mwatile mlefo omwana na umbi
ulunakula nakumanya omwaka omukabiri mulandunsi tusigala bikira kona umbi
bashmwana mushefinshi fichitikanga chakweba ati nyanja ishatitingana
ifili mwata tukwata umufundo wa afikapo kabiri tafikula nawe
chimo chine na ine n'abana besu amafumo nga yakonkana kuti chalengo obumi bwesu okuba mukayofi pantu nisho umubiri wanzitawula atusha n'okubwerera okuba bwino pakupeera efireka biba ku mwana wombi kuchipatala batwebera okutina mufuire okupembera omwana akumanya kw'emyaka 2 pakukwata wombi
ikyo mwalanda kyapangama nomba twarashitashana
tulingire okuya kuchipatala bakayetwebefya kuchitapa kutarukanya abana bakatwafa okusala purenshire yalinga eyakubompya pakutarukanya abana mukufyalo
bana mwana mwali kwata amaani otife ni fintu inyanje shikabira okukitarukanya pakukula we naye fe tulingire twatarukanya abana yena tukakwata obusomboshi bukalamu n'abaana ababumi busoma twasalako okukwata olukwa olwabumi busuma kabiri ulwalunduluka okupitira mu kupemberako emyaka okukira pali 2 pakukwata omwana nawo kabiri ni kuchipatala mpia pando amano pabumi busuma obwalupwa lwenu
abakibireetera kweyimbira bakipani kyabumi okubombera pamo n'abo bafiirishako
Waking up with
LOLC Finance Zambia is one of the fastest growing non-bank financial institutions in the country, which offers personal, SME, and corporate tailor-made products to suit your every need. Our products include home loans, asset finance, which include auto, agriculture, and building supplies. We also have consumer loans, trade finance, business loans, group loans, bonds, and guarantees. You can also open savings and fixed deposit accounts at very competitive rates. Our head office is in Lusaka at Green City Office Park. We have 11 operational branches across the country, including Kabwe, Ndula, Kitwe, Chingola, Solwezi, Kalumbila, Mansa, Joma, Mongu, and Chipata. LOLC Finance Zambia. Imagine the possibilities.
The meaning of life is not to simply exist, but to move ahead, to rise up and achieve, to conquer. Introducing Kung Fu Energy Drink, your push for the next conquest. Kung Fu Energy Drink, master the power.
Are you tired of sitting in traffic, rushing from one class to another? Do you ever wish you could take control of your own schedule and learn at your own pace? Then the University of Zambia Institute of Distance Education has the solution for you. Our distance programs are designed to cater for your busy schedule, and our postgraduate programs range from PhD in any field, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts in various fields, Master of Science including Public Health, Nursing and Physiotherapy, Master of Education in Educational Management, Master of Science in Counseling, Master of Science in Peace Leadership and Conflict Resolution. Our undergraduate degree programs include Bachelor of Laws, business-related programs, Bachelor of Science including Public Health, Nursing, Physiotherapy, Bachelor of Education in various fields. Join us by applying on our online link, online.unza.zm for UNZA IDE programs, and ZOU Online at unza.zm for UNZA or ZOU postgraduate programs. For more details, give us a call on 0978 772249 or 0772 832487 or come in person at our Gismondi offices 122 Mandela Road, Lusaka. You can also visit our provincial centers in all the provincial towns or drop us an email at customercareide@unza.zm or visit our website www.unza.zm.
No need to tell me. I know what you want.
Oh.
I've seen you guys from the TV advert. Nice bag, by the way. Eh? Wildcat, huh? Wildcat it is. Crisp, refreshing, energy taste.
Black.
Oh yes, and the whole black thing just adds mysterious allure to the drink.
Not ukumwa energy drink vishtooneka mkati mwangani vizikoroki.
Exactly my point. By the way, can you just sign this vodka bottle for me?
Ufuna ka autograph, huh?
John, what's happening about you?
Oh yeah, sorry boss. Yeah, okay. Slow down. Wildcat energy drink, untamed energy. It's not a meal, but it's just as filling. It's not a fruit, but it's just as giving. It's smooth, shaky Joe, shaky Joe, smooth, shaky Joe, shaky. Get rid of that hungry stomach rumble. Get yourself a refreshing Shaky Joe fruity milk. Strawberry, pineapple, mixed berry, smooth, Shaky Joe.
Shaky Joe, fill yourself with goodness.
Here's Mike. He loves his Maximo. He starts with banana flavor for breakfast. He moves with vanilla during traffic. He moves with strawberry at lunchtime. He even has chocolate flavor at dinner too.
Mike, dinner too?
I can't help it. It's Maximo. Be like Mike. That's me, by the way. Move with the Maximo you love. Maximo flavored milk. Let Maxi move you.
Ukamela move, move, siwe nukata window, move, there we go. So real, so fresh that your goodness every day. Thinking healthy, good for everyone.
Introducing Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk from our carefully selected farms to your home, packed with all the nutrients you need every day. Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk. It's farm fresh. The Careful News.
Justice is a matter of peace. Without justice, peace cannot prevail.
The Careful News.
Let's work together to only the
The Careful News. The Careful News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Good morning, welcome to the main news at 6:45 today, the 30th of August 2024. To present it, I'm Jack Mapembulo. We first take a look at the top stories. President Hichilema to attend the 9th Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit. Fred Membe pleads not guilty to the charge of seditious practices. Mutalena Lumango calls for the immediate stop to illegal mining. In international news, Israel agrees to pause in fighting for polio vaccine drive. And George Rwandamin has become the first managerial casualty of the new season. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema is expected to attend the 9th Forum on China-Africa Cooperation FOCAC Summit, which runs in China from August 30th to September 7th, 2024. The summit, held every 3 years, alternatively in Africa and China, will be convened from September 4th to 6th in Beijing under the theme Joining Forces to Promote Modernization and Build a High-Level China-Africa Community of a Shared Future. Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Minister Mlambwa Imbe says President Hichilema will join other leaders at the summit in advancing common growth and mutually beneficial development for Africa and China. Mr. Imbe says President Hichilema will on September 4th hold a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The meeting will cement the long-standing and excellent bilateral relations between Zambia and China as the two countries this year commemorate 60 years of diplomatic ties. Mr. Imbe says during the meeting, President Hichilema, together with President Xi and President Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania, will witness the signing of the investment framework on the revitalization of Tazara. The president is later on the same date scheduled to grace the Zambia Power Development Forum at the Power China headquarters. President Hichilema will further hold strategic meetings on the margins of the summit with government officials and investors, which will ultimately yield tangible benefits for Zambia. The program includes a bilateral meeting with representatives of the China Railway Construction Corporation and China Non-Ferrous Metals Corporation on 3rd September 2024 in Beijing. Socialist Party President Fred Membe has pleaded not guilty to the charge of seditious practices. Dr. Membe has taken plea before Lusaka resident Magistrate Ida Piri. Magistrate Piri has scheduled November 25, 2024 for trial in the matter. In this matter, Dr. Membe is charged with seditious practices contrary to Section 57 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. This is on account of an article published on his Twitter and Facebook pages. Dr. Membe was arrested on August 8, 2024. Vice President Mutalena Lumango has called for the immediate stop to illegal mining in the country to safeguard life, and the 9 people that were buried alive at an illegal gravel quarry in Chongwe district after part of the ground collapsed have been buried. Speaking during the funeral service of the quarry accident victims, the Vice President said losing vibrant and productive young people who would have contributed to the country's development is painful. Ms. Nalumango said the incident could have been avoided had the mining of gravel been done legally. The Vice President also called for harmonization in the practicing of mining and issuance of artisanal licenses to small-scale miners in the district. Ms. Narumango said it should be the collective responsibility of everyone, from government, traditional leaders, and the local people, to ensure that illegal mining is curtailed to avoid the loss of life. Residents of Joshua Village in Chief Chimese's chiefdom has been hit by critical shortage of clean water. Bernadette Boade, a resident of the area, said it is frustrating that the only source of water was seasonal streams, which are contaminated and pose a health risk to all using that water. Boade urged the government to address the water crisis by drilling a bore in Joshua Village to help stop the waterborne disease outbreak. She says the problem has persisted for years without government action and needs urgent action. The resident pleaded with the government to urgently act on the matter.
Amenshi yatwakwata amenshi yamutapa mumansa liva so tulefawo kuteka ukapimile kwangu wamabobo batubikile kakwate kwa amenshi leno ape atiko tushupa kofe kwa joso kunkashwa kwa joso nanomba tulechula sokwisa Afrika ifi olusuba lonse twakulafika mu January yale amenshi esapatishima twaba kwanza tulefunya ape amenshi mumana mnamu mumansa liva limbale washepe tuleka amenshi twata ikira nokume kwanu twapa tulefawo wakapimile kobo etuleka bila tulakwata okulwala tula diarrhea na malaria tulasangwa nayo inafue bobeni.
In other news, a community health worker, John Mwabu of Misenga, has expressed gratitude to Amref Health Africa for providing bicycles to community health workers. He says these bicycles will significantly aid community workers in their efforts to reduce and eliminate malaria within their communities. Mwabu urged his fellow recipients to use the bicycles for their intended purpose and avoid misuse. He assured Amref Africa that the bicycles will be utilized effectively to address malaria challenge. He called on Amref to continue supporting the malaria elimination efforts through ongoing training and resource provision for community health workers.
But our main aim and focus is to make sure that malaria yakmapaka survive and will remain malaria-free Zambia. Amashinga yapera kunte survive, it will go a long way. Tule kusunga mkwayunge mbwe shabenso Yesu. Umuri matwapele rwaya mashinga te yakugomba ku business Yesu. Tule milaba Amref ukumona kweba atimwarashnikisha nokumona kweba amashinga yatwapelwa kunte survive kwa yana afwa abamemba mukataka amakommunity zamutufumire twakulashnikisha okuti konsoka twamva okulwere konsoka twamuna kuti ibintu byashupa twakulabika kweshira shimwe ishakumona efyo twashingirira kandi natusamirira ebintu byo kuma facilitators abafumire munche ndeshare kanalekana nababomba mulimo okalamba therefore Amref letilo kuti continue even in other districts here in Maplas you are aware twashingira kwana bimane yingi na malungwa yengi ba mosquito bali kwa tema breeding centers ale kanalekana kashule mulale ko kuti mo ma district yambi ngachaku tumwa kwetesha kamina karusangu kamoneka continue this program ukwimina ko ba community health worker we are saying to Amref thank you so much and continue with the same spirit.
Chifunaburi Town Council in Ilwapula Province has successfully paid applicants of the 2024 Constituency Development Fund CDF grants and loans. Presenting a report to the Constituency Development Funds Committee CDFC during a meeting held in the council chamber, Chifunaburi Town Council Director Development Planning Martin Tembo said all beneficiaries of the 2024 CDF grants and loans have received funds into their accounts and have started implementing their various projects. Mr. Tembo revealed that the total number of beneficiaries for grants were 55 groups amounting to over 2.1 million kwacha, while 13 loan applications were cleared by the bank and approved by the province at a total sum of 2,599,586 kwacha. He explained that a total number of 269 students were approved for the 2024 CDF skills bursaries at a total cost of over 3.5 million kwacha, while for secondary boarding, the approved number was 172 pupils at a total sum of 381,000 kwacha. Mr. Tembo also revealed that the council started running advertisements for applications from members of the community in all wards for the application of community projects, grants, and loans for the 2020-25 CDF. The Road Development Agency RDA says it is accelerating works to complete 32 kilometers out of the 70 kilometers of the first link of the new Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway before the onset of the rains. RDA Principal Engineer Mwewatindi says this is from Ngwerere roundabout to Chisamba. Mr. Tindi says so far earthworks have been done and that drainage structures have been put on the road. He said this when a team of journalists were taken on a tour from Ngwerere roundabout to Liteta to appreciate the works done so far in the first link. And government says consultations are underway on whether the Society Business Park structure will be demolished or rehabilitated. Infrastructure and Housing Development Minister Charles Milupi says the outcomes of the consultation will be presented to government to decide the way forward. Mr. Milupi says government has identified the contractor behind the works at the Society Business Park and that punitive action will be taken. Before we take a look on the international news, a recap on the top stories. President Hichilema to attend the 9th Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit. Fred Membe pleads not guilty to the charge of seditious practices. Mtalina Lumango calls for the immediate stop to illegal mining. And coming up in the international news, Israel agrees to pause in fighting for polio vaccine drive. And George Rwanda has become the first managerial casualty for the new season.
The KFM News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
And now in international news, Israel has agreed to a series of humanitarian pauses in Gaza to allow for the vaccination of children against polio, the World Health Organization, WHO, has said. The campaign will aim to vaccinate around 640,000 children across the Gaza Strip and will begin on Sunday, senior WHO official Rick Pipakon said. It will be rolled out in 3 separate stages across the central, southern, and northern parts of the Strip. During each stage, fighting will pause for 3 consecutive days between 06 hours and 15 hours local time. The agreement comes days after UN officials said the 10-month-old baby had been partially paralyzed after contracting Gaza's first case of polio for 25 years. An Al-Qaeda-linked group said it killed nearly 300 people in Saturday's devastating attack in north-central Burkina Faso, but said it targeted militia members linked to the army, not civilians, the U.S. consultant site intelligence group reported. The attack outside the town of Bausalano was one of the deadliest in nearly a decade of Islamist violence in the West African country. A group of victims' relatives said at least 400 were killed when jihadists opened fire on civilians digging defensive trenches on orders of the military. Al-Qaeda affiliate Jama Nostra al-Islam al-Muslimin said soldiers and militia members were excavating the trenches when it attacked. Several videos apparently filmed by the militants and released on social media showed dozens of bodies in trenches, most of them in civilian clothing. And now in the world of sports, Zesco United have fired their veteran trainer alongside his assistant Tenant Chirumba. Following the club's failure to progress to the first round of Confederation Cup, Rwanda has paid with his job even before the team plays its first domestic game. At the weekend, Zesco were eliminated from the Confederation Cup after playing to a goalless draw with Dynamos of Zimbabwe, culminating in a 1-0 aggregate loss. Club chairperson Max Osaya said in a statement that second assistant Emmanuel Suwale was shown the role of head coach while the club conducts a thorough recruitment process for a new full-time head coach. Chelsea moved into the league phase of the Europa Conference League despite losing Switzerland against Sevente in the second leg of their qualifying playoff. Enzo Maresca's side led 2-0 after the first leg at Stamford Bridge a week ago and extended that advantage after 14 minutes through Christopher Kunku's penalty after Mikhailo Madrik had been fouled by Keigo Sunemeto. Jeremy Golenot pulled one back for Sevente, running on to Derek Kutesa's pass and shooting first time across Philippe Jorgensen. 2 Sevente substitutes combined with Enzo Crivelli heading in from Miroslav Stevanovic's left wing cross to put the Swiss side ahead on the night, but the host could not find another goal that would have taken the tie to extra time as Chelsea held on for a 3-2 aggregate win. We now come to the end for this news bulletin, but before I run a recap on the top stories, President Hichilema to attend the 9th Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit. Fred Membe pleads not guilty to the charge of seditious practices. Mutalina Lumango calls for the immediate stop to illegal mining. Israel agrees to pauses in fighting for polio vaccine drive, and George Rwandamina has become the first managerial casualty of the new season. Ends the news at 6:45. Don't forget, we still have the Bemba News coming up at 7:30. On behalf of the news crew at K, I'm Jack Mapembura. Keep listening to the Heavy Breakfast Show.
The Careful News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Good morning, Tia. Good morning. This morning is the finest morning. It's no other morning. This morning is tomorrow morning. It's finest this morning. It's tomorrow morning. The finest morning is no other morning. It's this morning. Good morning, Tia.
Romeo, this song my face with my head up high. Confidence in full, cause my skin's not dry. Oh yes, I'm going and I feel so bright. It's because I'm from New York, that's why. It's my soul. Romeo, 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 takes my skin. Romeo, 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 glycerine. Usuile jwani mulibuti, mwishani mulibwaji, tibila ni manja, tipange na banja, we have family.
When family gives you unexpected laundry challenges, give them Banja washing powder. Banja washing powder, the family detergent. The Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts, in conjunction with the Mansa Municipal Council, will be having the first ever Mansa District Community Sports Festival. The festival will bring together all wards in Mansa and participate in various sports categories such as men and women's football, netball, volleyball, pool, cycling, marathon, boxing, karate, including traditional games like Isolo, among many others. The festival will run from the 29th to the 31st of August 2024 in Mansa. For all members of the business community, we are calling on you to sponsor the untapped talent and play a part in promoting community sports in Mansa District. For further details, contact 0971 806121. The Mansa District Community Sports Festival. Be the change.
Scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing till the drip was gone. Is how I did the dishes till you came along. Wow. Now that you are here, sing a different song. Sparkle, 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 dishes all day long. Sparkle, 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 dishes all day long. Sparkle, 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 dishes all day long.
Let your dishes sparkle with Boom Sparkle Plus dishwashing liquid.
coming from. Boom. Never forget home.
They say water is life. Manzi ni moyo. Ameji moyo. And that's why you need to enjoy the refreshing taste of Aqua Kena, Wakula's first ever mineral water, packaged with love, care, and life. So every time you feel thirsty, grab a bottle of Aqua Kena and quench that thirst today. Aqua Kena is treated under sand and carbon filtration, reversal osmosis, and ozonation. We have packages ranging from 350 mils, 600 mils, 750 mils, 1.5 liters, 500 mils sachets, and 18.9 liter containers. For orders, call 0979 414 384 or 0966 386 954, 0979 414 384 or 0966 386 954. Aqua Kena mineral water, straight from Mother Nature. In life, people from all walks of life have different questions whose answers are yet to be found. Tune in to the Sunday Conversation every Sunday at 7 hours and find out how these real life questions can be answered. The Sunday Conversation, inspired by you.
Bana mwana.
Mkwai.
Alamula tintikanye tukakubyala. Tataka mene bwineyo.
Alefine musakamane nyanje. Ngevyo musakamana n'abaana besunga kyali wange.
Kyapana shani kipibidi.
Mailo mwatire mubefo omwana nawe.
Uyu nakula nakumanya omwaka omukabiri. Mulandunsi tusinga yabikira kona umbi.
Bashi mwana. Mushefinshi fichitika nga kyakwega ati nyanja eshatitinka.
Ifiri mwaka tukwata umufundo wa Afrika. Kabiri tatukula nawe.
Chimo chinyana ine n'abaana besu. Amafumo nga yakonkana kuti kyalenga obuumi bwesu okuba mu kayofi. Pantunisha omubiri wanzitawula atusha n'okubwerera okuba bwino pakupeera efireetagirwa ku mwana omu. Ku kipatala baatwebera okutiina muvuire okupembera omwana akumanya kw'emyaka 2 pakukwata wumbi.
Kimwalanda kyapangama nomba twarasta shani
tulingire okuya ku kipatala bakayeetwebefya ku kitapa kutalukanya abaana bakatwafa okusala twenshire eyalinga eyakubonkya pakutalukanya abaana mu kukyalo.
Bana mwana mwalikwata amaani watife ni fintu inyanje kikabira okukitalukanya pakukula we naye fwe tulinga twatalukanya abaana genda tukakwata obusombo esho bukalamu n'abaana ababuumi busomba.
Twasalako okukwata olukwa oluwabuumi busuma kabiri olwalunduluka okupitira mu kupemberako emyaka okukira pali 2 bakukwata omwana nawo kabiri kukipatala mukuyapandwa amano abuumi busuma obwalupwa lwenu.
Abakimuleetera kweyimbira bakipani kyabuumi kubombera pamu n'abo abafiirishako.
Music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. The greatest hits of all time. Greatest hits of all time.
It's the KFM Totally Our Classic. Going back in time.
Last night I dreamt of something wrong. Just like I lose some young girl with eyes like the desert. It all seems like yesterday, not far away. Tropical island, all the rainbow world away. This is where I long to be. La Isla Bonita. And when the sun goes I pray that the days would last, they went so fast. Dropping through all the island breeze, all the nature wild and free. This is where I go to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the summer fades, the sun will set so high, ring through my ears and sing my eyes, the Spanish lullaby. I want to be where the sun warms the sky. When it's time for siesta, you can watch them go by. Beautiful faces, no cares in this world. We're true love, a boy and a boy. Love's a girl. Last night I dreamt of San Pedro. It all seems like yesterday, not far away. Tropical island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the summer fades, the sun will set so high, ring through my ears and sing my eyes, your Spanish lullaby. Tropical island breeze, all nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the summer fades, the sun will set so high, ring through my ears and sing my eyes, your Spanish lullaby. La 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 la. Te digo que te amo.
That's our top of the hour classic coming in from Madonna, and she's an artist who had that sweet voice, and real names were Madonna Louise Siscon. She was born on 16th of August 1958, and she's an American singer, songwriter, and actress. And talking about this song, La Isla Bonita, in other words, it's a Latin word, and there's a funny part about this song. Madonna was working on some project called True Blue, and then they worked together with the producer Patrick Leonard, who did the song Like a Virgin, if you know the song done by Madonna, Like a Virgin. So the producer came up with this sound. It had no lyrics. The La Isla Bonita had no lyrics. So the producer approached Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones if they can use that the beat. It had no lyrics, the beat to this song. So they didn't like the beat. So that's when he went back to Madonna and said, can you do the lyrics for this song? And that's how she came up with the La Isla Bonita. And in English, we can say Beautiful Island. So that's our top of the hour classic on KFM 95.5. It is indeed more than just radio. And we are moving on together till the hour of 9. And we have what's in the papers coming up at 7:50. We have also the sports update. It's been a Friday. Get to hear what is happening and what will be happening starting today. Of course, the La Liga. I was watching the match in the La Liga last night. Yes, it was an interesting match. Girona versus they were playing Girona versus. Hey, the name has gone. The name has gone. Okay, I'll tell you about that team during the sports update at 08:10, and also we have the news review at 8:30. Malchoice Remote coming up at 8:50. It is K95.5, and we'll be getting to the Bemba news later on. But before we do that, let me just play you this song It's from a Zambian artist called Jemax Impwai. Okay, and on the other side, you talk a bit about what's happening on our roads.
So we in the building tonight. Boy, Cash J,
Bowie. Kujonina nojela mwenda. Kuvala magamba. Inatukanidwa Tanzania. Bowie. Kujonina nojela mwenda. Kuvala magamba. Inatukanidwa Tanzania. Mama just need the ground. So says he's a good baby. God is a mamuna bully. Mama just need the ground. So says he's a good baby. God is a mamuna bully.
Tinevozina mela pa concrete, but inspired low key. Napita tena muvambili, no wonder next single body pumpy. Nelo, watch how you approach me. Uliamula you knew it's not me. Some will tell you the coke, but Mobaka Kwebati wa Moloki. Nenzo suka majila momodbo, Adapa majila ya the multiple. Brother, what you know about Kutia Ukapenza impossible? The backs we kissed it. Okay, kunze kukapita mobakti pishi. Ufani kateno kesha wajize ukatumba basi kiss. Mesi microphone na fighting spirit kanga niliku. Mose mwetenzo pese kachati limo all over tipa sama attitude. Underdog to a CEO. Kumashon take a shitty low. Ready nakula na ubali proud you when they see me on my video.
Mama just need the ground. So says she's a good baby. God is a mamuna bully. Mama just need the ground. So says she's a good baby. God is a mamuna bully.
Life in a cooler, if you're going to come on the button, I'll change the kafa. But I never worry, they know what the one in back. Them money saka. Who me the one money got the same guy with him, cashing them in Yaka. Who tell the government is not to vote, but who to Martinica. Can't condo like a poet, who condo like a poet. He died in a bunch of wire, oh wait. Rather we choose cable, no way. Can't get it out, run to lunch time, fuck up with that, sorry. Boy, you won't get on it, but you're dead to me, I'm a holler, no way. Yeah, now let me them on say there, man, no come at the shine. Yuko Mushina Bogelo Bushikuna and Villa Opushi and Yantiko and the we have Gala, Kulamona Batinesa Yakupala, went to school is about the Shabusoka and some quitty of Yakufala.
Bowie. Kujonina nojela mwenda. Kuvala magamba. Inatukanidwa Tanzania. Bowie. Kujonina nojela mwenda. Kuvala magamba. Inatukanidwa Tanzania. Mama just need the ground. So says she's a good baby. God is a mamuna bully. Mama just need the ground. So says she's a good baby. God is a mamuna bully.
Rush Hour on the Heavy Breakfast.
This is the time we just take a quick look at what's happening on our roads and just to remind ourselves of the do's and don'ts when we are on our roads. And this affects everyone. As long as you use the roads, you're a pedestrian, you're a cyclist, you use the motorbike, and as long as you're on the road, I think we just have to abide by the tips or the regulations that comes with the usage of our roads. Like for the pedestrians, you walk on the right side of the road, and for the motorists also, just to be extra careful when we are on the road, especially in Mansa, and we'll keep on reminding each other about minding the way the motorbikes move in Mansa. So it's up to you. Mweba kwate myotoka. Mumfire mwabanomba kwati mwafuwa kwa banenswaba, because it's like they don't pay attention, and they don't have that time to listen as we talk. Some of them, they are busy moving on the road. I'm seeing a lot of schools are going to open next week, and I've seen a lot of pupils using the motorbikes, even as young as 6, 5. They've been taken to the preschools, to the nursery school. I know it's a cheap mode of transport, but you know, I think I'll be honest, it's not safe. You cannot risk the life of that child just to save a few kwachas. Me, I get scared seeing children on a motorbike. Maybe 3, they're being taken to school. What if anything happens? They don't even have helmets. No. Let's not put the lives of our children at a risk. It's not fair. It's not fair. I wouldn't encourage that. Please, but motorcycle, not to risk the pupils, the young pupils. Those children I've seen. I know schools will be opening on Monday, so please, let's try by all means. Even for me, even a bicycle is much better, safer than a motorbike, because we've seen what happens when to victims when an accident is involved. That involves a motorbike. When it happens, for a child, they might just lose their lives. And of course, if you are traveling out of Mansa, be mindful that the roads are bad. Yeah, the roads are bad, especially the Tuta road. It's terrible. It is terrible, and you just need to exercise patience. Yeah, you just need to exercise patience. Not a day passes without an accident on the Great North Road. We heard on Wednesday that truck that caught fire just before Serenge. We also had that local bus. Yeah, the owner is based right here in Luapula. It also got involved before Serenge. It was involved in an accident on the same day. 2 serious accidents recorded. So if you are going to Lusaka and you're listening to KFM, we can advise you that when you reach the Great North Road, please, the Nakonde Road, it is terrible. It is, it's like you have just taken a risk. That is how it is now on that road. It's a risk to travel on that road. So please make sure that you move at a speed that can make you maneuver if anything happens. You might not be the one to cause an accident, but you have to be mindful that other road users might just make you cause that accident. So be extra careful, be 100% alert, don't drink, and make sure before you start a journey, you have enough rest. And if you feel tired, you park and take a rest and then continue with your journey. And for the people in Mansa, motorists, please, like I mentioned, make sure that you give chance to each other, more especially when the traffic lights are not working. Yeah, and for those working on the township road, the council, I think I would suggest that the direct engineering at Mansa Municipal Council check out the kind of work which is being done by those grading our township roads. I think the quality of the work leaves much to appreciate. No, that quality of work. Hey, where do they rush to? Because you can even tell that they were doing it in a rush. So please tell these people that let them take their time and do the works properly. Not for grade, and if you pass through some of these roads, I can tell you it's pathetic. They have graded the roads, but the quality of work is pathetic. Pass one of the roads and come back and challenge my point. 0727 will be getting to the news at 7:30.
Just as easy as 1, 2, 3, and all my clothes are squeaky clean. Quick to remove the dirt and stains and fresh remains. Never seen nothing like it. That's exactly why I like it. Fresh fun with Aloha.
Today on the Hygiene X Factor, we're here at Down Street Restaurant so we can see who has the X. The Hygiene X. Sir, that's a juicy chicken you have.
Yeah, we'll
What
take
did
paper.
you wash your hands before jumping? Saw that. You
Kulipa walekele
The Hygiene
chisho shawara kubarisha ari kufewani.
You got the X now.
Safety is in fact only when related to hygienics. Hygienics, you're safe in our hands.
Here's Mike. He loves his Maximo. He starts with banana flavor for breakfast. He moves with vanilla during traffic. He moves with strawberry at lunchtime. He even has chocolate flavor at dinner too.
Mike, dinner too?
I can't help it. It's Maximo. Be like Mike. That's me, by the way. Move with the Maximo you love. Maximo flavored milk. Let Maxi move you.
Patro.
The Careful News. The Careful News. The Careful News. The Careful News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Nagashta kuna malwasi wa KFM katika bwino pa 0730. Omva Grash Mchwemba noshta yalu chelon lelo pa 30 August 2024 ni wala benga ne trust chisani. Kateka wach mchalwaga inde chile mai uretse teka kutila benga sanga 9th forum on China Africa Cooperation FOCAC summit ili no kubera kuchalo cha China pakatika 30th August mushiko walelo elio na pa September 7th unaona mwaka wa 2024. Okukulanshanya kuchitwe miaka itatu panoma ya miaka itatu nokutila kulabira muno cha Africa na kabino mchalo cha China. okukulanshanya nakabiri kulina okutendeka mpa 4 September na pa 6 September mumusumba okalamba wa kyalo kya China wa Beijing paisamba lyamutoletera joining forces to promote modernization and build a high-level China-Africa community of a shared future. Chirolo chikutuwa cha Foreign Affairs and International Corporations ba mulambo wa imbe batile wakateka baichilema bali nokoba pamo n'entungu shishinabo abali mukutungila kwako kusha imirimo okuba mukusekera mpakatika kyalo kya China eryo n'efyalo fyamachi cha Africa baimbe batile wakateka wachino kyalo pawushikobo pa September 4 balina okulanshe nakateka wakyalo kya China ba Xi Jinping okwo kumana nakabiri kuli mukushindira kwa kukosha buchibuso wa pakatika kyalo kya China n'ekyalo kya Zambia obatile bali mukukumanya kwa myaka amakumi pabula temwa 60 years panuma iyacho mfano cha pakatika ekyalo febili baimbe mbatili okukulanishanya nakabiri kulina okukongwa mo nabakateka pamo nakateka wakyalo kya China ba Xi Jinping apalina okusangwa nabakateka wakyalo kya Tanzania ba Samia Suluhu Hassan abakachitwa bunte mukufuatika kwa investment framework on the revitalized of Tazara. Mubushiku bwine munshita ikakonka pomba kateka wachino kyalo balina okuyembya kwa Zambia Power Development Forum okuli n'okubera musumba okalambo wa Power China Headquarters. Bakateka mbayi chilema nakabiri balina okutwalira okulansha na kumbi okuli minine mukushinjira okwa fyalo febili oko obuteko bwachino kyalo kya Zambia bulina okulanshanya nabakubika mu ichuma muno kyalo nakabiri okulenga ikyalo kya Zambia okusekera mu bukalamba ngashi imitantikire ikachitwa mukulanshanya nakabiri abe minishi bakyalo kya China mu milimo ya Railway Construction Corporation okwa China eliyo n'emibombera n'embi ya Metro Corporations pabushiko obwa pa 3 September unawine mwaka musumba okalambo wa Beijing. Indungulushi nkalambe ya Chilonga noncha Socialist Party wa Dr. Fred Membe bakene kumulandu ntubapelwe wa buchisangu kate mwa seditious practices. Ba Dr. Membe ba lombere okutila tabakwete uyu mulando kuliba Lusaka Register Major Street ba Aida Perry. Ba Major Street pili mbapekenye n'obushiku bwa pa November 25, 2024 ng'obushiku bwa kutendeka okulibula kwa uyu mulando. Muri uyu mulando mba Dr. Membe bapirwa mulando wakutila mbali samenkenya mashu ayakusanako pa section 57 ya Penal Code chapter 87 yamba mafunde ya chino cha Zambia. Nefindi ntu basaba nkenya mashu yabo pa Twitter eriyo na pa Facebook page. Amembe abaye keto kwa bushiku bwa 8 August unawene mwaka wa 2024. Inkonkani yako akateka mbama mutale na noamgo na mama mutale na lumango ebalombere abantu bakunchende ebalombere abantu kutila bengalika okulayimba kwalubwe atimo kwimba bintu vya kusana kwa bulefunde mukutila kwingaba okusongirira emyoyo y'abantu muno katika kyalo. Abantu pabula ababasangire mu busanso bwa kwimba kwa bulefunde kwa grabe kwari kumusumba wachongwe eba shikiro pan malintu umushiri w'ababundukile bakulanda mpali iyinshita yandosho iyatitikiri obusanso bw'abantu abaleyimba kwa bulefunde nkonkani yako akateka batiri okulosa kwa mmeo kwa abantu abakiri n'amaka kabiri abenga sanshi wabwino mukutungula kuno kwa kino kyalo kintu kya bulanda kabiri kikalipa apukalamba ngashi amamana mangomba batiri obusanso na kabiri kuti bwasenga kwa tenga kyakutira abantu balebomba mukukonkana nefunde inkonkani yako akateka na kabiri balombera kutira kwingabo kubombera chapamo mokushiningisha kutira kwabo kulapelwa ifitupa kuba bomba oyo mulimo atemwa ama miners abanono banono mukushiningisha kutira emilimo elebomba bwino muliri boma bamamana mango na kabiri mbatire ichina kabiri mulimo ubimbiremo omuntu onse wa muguteko obutongoloshi bwa lutambi elio okusanisha kwa fiena abantu abene mukushiningisha okutira okulusa kwa mweo takutwalira kalya abekashi bamushimwa Joshua mu buchalo champumukana besa bachimese eba ilishenya pakala mbanga nshimu kushingwana no bwafya bwa mensha yasuma kabiri yachingirirwa ba Benedict Mbwalya abekashi bakuli inche demba ilishenya pakala mbanga nshimu ko batide inche yakwata fye intulo ya menshimo no kuchirisha munshita ya mainsele bakwata mensha batina kabiri yala bayapiko pamula nefyo tayachingira kabita yabasakana kalya babwali amarombera guteka okutira bwinga bombera pali yumulandu kupitila mukubembira kobo abantu bamushimwa Joshua abo batile bali bamubwafya kukala mbanga nshi kumulandu wa malwele ayesa kapamulandu wa kurisha kwa menshi batili obubwafya mbwali twalira pamyaka ngino okutira chabulando guteko tawagula po lutampulo icho balombera okutira guteko bwinga kwanya kuno kubumbola lutampulo muri mulando abeba kashina kabiri balombera guteko okutira bwinga kwanya ko kubombera pali yomulando
Natwakwata menshi tyamuta pamansa jifa totulefa obuteko katumile kwangu amabobo batubikire kakwate kwa menshi leno apya atiko tushupa kote kwa jifa kwa jifa nanomba tuletula tokusafika ikiulusuba lonse twakulasika mu January yalo menshi esapatishima twapa kwanza tulefunya pya menshi mumana mlamu mansa jifa limbale washaika tuleta kamenshi wataikira nokunepuwano twapa tulefa wakatumile kopo etuleka bila tulakwato okulwana tulatailia na malaria tulasangwa na yena kwe kubeni
aba bompimba community health worker mba John Mwaboko Misenga ibalondobele mukutasha pakalambo kwa kamwe Camref Health Africa mufyo kabapele amajinga kuma health workers bakutira bengala bombe milimo mukufishapo mwabomba tira amajinga nakabili yanino kwa fang umulimo ukalambanga nshua kupwisha no kuchekya kwa grele bwa malaria muri hinchende bamwabomba lombere ukutila abaperwe amajinga bengaya bontya mukulingana no mulimo muntu baperelwe ukuchila okulabontia ya majinga bubi kumfana kabiri mbebe yakabungwe Camref Africa okutila ya majinga no bontwa no mukushiningisha okutila mulimo wakuchefya bulere bwa malaria wabombwa bwino balombere nakakabungo okutila kengatwalira okulatungirira baba ama health workers mukushiningisha okutila bale babikira kwa masambiriro yakupusha bulere bwa malaria pakutila baba bakanshiwa mukufika po bwino bwino.
Our main aim and focus is to make sure that malaria yakupaka survive and will remain malaria free Zambia. Amashinga ya bela kunte shabai it will go a long way. Tulefisunga mkwayo mkwe shatenzo Yesu. Umuri mwatuwapele rwaya mashinga yakugomba business Yesu. Tulemile aba amre ukumwana kweba chumwalashi kisha nokumwana kweba chama chinga yatuwapelwa kunte shabai kwa yana afwa abamemba mukataka community zamu tufumine twakulashi kisho kuti konsoko twamfo kulwele konsoko twamuna kuti vintu vyashupa twakulabika kweshita shimo chakumwana evyo twachingirira pantu natusabirire vintu vyenu kuma facilitators abafumile kuchendesha lekanalekana nababomba mulimo okalamba therefore Amref letila kuti continue even in other districts here in plus you are aware twashingirira kana bimaneni na malungwa yendi ba mosquito bali kwa tapo breeding center zale kanalekana kashule mulali kwa kuti ma district yambi ngachamu tumwa kwendesha akamina kamusangu kamaneka continue this program ukwimina kwa community health worker we are saying to Amref thank you so much and continue with the same spirit
na mukusondera kwa lyashimishwe mbahino nshitaya luchero obuteko bwachikaya obwachifuna buli town council muno chitungu cha lwapula ebupele ndalama shama grants area namalons mukupela kwa mwaka wa 2024 constituency development fund CDF mukupela akasebwa kuri ba constituency development funds committee panshita yako kumana kwa council chamber basifuna buli town council director development planning ba Martin Tembo ebatiri abakusekera mu mundalama sha 2024 CDF grants area namalon bali pokelele ndalama shabo mu accounts mukulinga na pintu balombera nokutana batendeke milimo into bayipushishishe ishindalama batembo nakabiri basokolera kuti laba kusekeramo okufika kutubungo twasekele mundala mashama grants okufika kumakumi ya sano na basano atemwa 55 groups eba pokere ndalama kufika pachipendo cha 2.1 million kwacha ilio abali 13 abapokere ndalama shama loans eba suminishiwe nama bank okutila benga perwendera makufika kuli 2,599,000 kwacha 586 balondora nokutila aba kusekera mwana kabiri abana b'amasukulu abali imyanda ibiri n'amakumi abali amakumi abiri n'emyanda mutanda na pabula temwa 269 abana b'amasukulu eba afilishiwa muri 2024 CDF skills bursaries apa posero ndera makufika kuri 3.5 million kwacha ilio abantu b'amasukulu abasuminishiwe mbafikire kuri 172 pandalama shonse shali 381,000 kwacha matembo nakabiri basokolera okutira obuteko bwachikaya kuli inchi nakabiri bule yipusha kuli bambi mukusekeramo okufumundalama sha 2024 CDF kuma projects yapsana apali grants okulunda kwa namaloni neiba konfa empire ya shinonshita ya chunguruka ya luchelo ile shirimbi kuno mulabasa wake FM twala milete kumushita yakasuba pali apa 12:30 twale nokutikana kuli timbi kyo mulabasa wanu wake FM umitandikileko
If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Onfonko nechishibishamba Tegra Mwansa bikala kumusumba wa Kitwe kuncha ndia Riverside balelo ndolo lupwa lwabani nabo Bagirian Mwansa Musaba. Bagirian Mwansa Musaba bale ikala internship mumushimwachi mese ile tabala tikukukira kuncha ndia chirabombwe Bategra Mwansa abali bana Bagirian Mwansa Musaba bale ishibisha kwe chintu wingi abengeshi bakorupwa lwabagirian Mwansa Musaba. Bagirian Mwansa mbao pile kuri bajimi mulomba mukwayi bale pushako bonse ifibusa abantu abengeshi ba urupwa rwaboko lungasangwa abafyashi Bagirian Mwansa Musaba bali ba William Lengwe kumfana kabiri ba brother babo ni bapo Musaba abekala kwa mumushimwa chimese ngatakucha kuti mwayishi bako uko benga sangwa kuti mwatuma pali hii namba ya 0971 76 40 34 0971 76 40 34 natema kutuma wabwa 0953 56 17 40 0953 56 17 40 na nabo kishapo ichishibisho chifumine kuri ba Tegra Mwansa abekala kumusumba wa Kitwe kuri Riverside balelo ndolo lupo lwabani nabo Bagirian Mwansa Musaba. Bagirian Mwansa Musaba ile tebala ti okufuma okusela muri nwenchende balekala mwachimese namba bali kokila kulya kuchirira bombwe. Tegra Mwansa bali bana Bagirian Mwansa Musaba abale ishibisha kwe chintu wingi nga chakucha bali ishiba kwa balupwa lwaba Bagirian Mwansa Musaba. Bagirian Mwansa Musaba tibao pile kuri ba Jimmy Mulomba mukwayi bale ishibisha kolupwa nekibusa bengeshi bako ababantu kubenga sangwa bati laba fyashi babo ishina lya abafyashi baba Bagirian Mwansa ati bali ba William Lengwe elio ba munyina kwabo kuri bena bali mbapo Musaba abekala kulya mumushi mwachimese bale ishibisha kwa kutiranga cha kutira kutumwa kwata ko information mwewe shibeko pali aba kutumwa timina pali namba ya 0971 76 40 34 0971 76 40 34 atema kutumwa kwa mtia zamteo ya 09 0953 56 17 40 0953 56 17 40 Mkwai empela ya Chishvisho.
Life is not to simply exist, but to move ahead, to rise up and achieve, to conquer. Introducing Kung Fu Energy Drink, your push for the next conquest. Kung Fu Energy Drink, master the power.
This is not just milk. It's Dairy Gold milk. It's farm fresh and it's delicious.
Alright, it's green and I'm ready to go. Now tell me, do you feel the flow?
When you know you can use some hello to break another show.
When I wanna get fired up, all I do is get the rich.
Orange makes me feel alright and happy all day.
Everybody needs some color in their life. Makes you happy, makes you feel alright.
Everyone out there knows that our confidence comes from the way we look and feel, and because we all have different skin types, we frequently need a unique solution for all our skin types every day. This is why MediHerb introduces MediHerb turmeric soap with turmeric extract and argan oil that has anti-inflammatory and antibacterial benefits. MediHerb saffron soap with saffron and almond oil, which are vitamin enriched with antioxidant properties. Trust in MediHerb Ayurvedic herbal soap with 18 herbs and natural oils to take care and revitalize your skin every day.
Usuile chwani mulibuti, wishani mulibwanji, tibina ni manja, tipange na banja, we have family.
When family gives you unexpected laundry challenges, give them Banja washing powder. Banja washing powder, the family detergent.
You're waking up with
Good morning, Zambia. It's time to catch up on what's making headlines. This is what the papers say, your daily dose of news straight from the front pages. We're diving into the latest stories, the biggest controversies, and the hottest topics. So grab your favorite cover, get comfy, and let's see what the papers are saying. Stay tuned for analysis, expert opinions, and your chance to weigh in on the stories that matter to you. KFM, bringing you the news that matters, only on 95.5.
Welcome to What's in the Papers, like we do Monday to Friday on the Heavy Breakfast Show. We share with you what is in the print media what they are talking about, what information they want to share with you out there. And we start with the News Diggers. Now, the News Diggers says the big headline in the News Diggers is UN body condemns arbitrary arrests. Zambia must halt intimidation, harassment of opposition. Okay, so that's the big story in the News Diggers. The other story is Rifka condemns 10.2 million kwacha government rewards to UPND cadres. Yeah, I guess you've heard this story where some 12 UPND cadres have reached a consent agreement with the government that instead of proceeding with the matter in court, they should just be paid 10.2 million kwacha, old currency 10 billion. And this is not the first time that we are seeing this, where they enter into consent judgment and people expressing their concern over these consent judgments. And the big question they're asking, why is it always that it's the UPND cadres who have been given these monies? The other thought is that Zambia is going through some difficult times. We are grappling with issues of load shedding. We are grappling with issue of maize and clean water. But it's like money for something that can benefit the majority is not there, but money to benefit a few is there. That's what others are saying. And why can't they just let the court process proceed? Why? And of course, yeah, it's provided by the law. But, the figures, that's where the worry is. How are they coming up with these figures? Is it one way of rewarding the people that worked for the party, or I don't know? Because this law has always been there, but the way it is being applied at the moment is what makes other people uncomfortable. They are even gone as far as saying, what if those freedom fighters we had, the Mainza Chonas, the Kapwepwes, also had that same mentality of being compensated for the trauma, the harassment they went under the colonial masters. So I think it's a debate that should be encouraged because what we are talking about is public funds. Another story is I want to recontest Petauke seat, Doris Leah. She says she's done with that. Doris Leah says she will not attempt to reclaim her parliamentary seat should there be a by-election for the Petauke Central constituency. So, yeah, I don't know if she has done with politics or she just doesn't want to stand as an MP again. Now, the other story also is government sets up illegal mining task force and HH dates China. From News Diggers, we move on to the Mars newspaper. The big headline is we'll give Zambia 5 presidents. UPND will win in 2031 with someone we select with guidance of Hichilema. That is the Musela. And the other story is all milling brands supplied on market are safe, assured ZCSA. And I will prove that Shamakamba lacks integrity, Dr. Kaba. And the member stands at an important crossroads, says Muelwa. Still checking on the Mars newspaper, Christians need to take part in politics, says UPND Mwale. And the other story is when we ever censor social media, we risk driving dissent underground on Skaingu. Yeah, talking about what Mr. Tabo Kawana mentioned the other time, that they are monitoring whatever people discuss, and even through WhatsApp groups and the likes. But people always talk, and it's a freedom that is enshrined in our constitution. Of course, in society, there are people who paid the falsehoods. And in our society, it's normal, even Makombo for one team, sometimes they do gossip, they say things that are not true. But sometimes you just water down the falsehood by coming out with facts. That's how it should be done, not the way they want to do it, like it becomes a very serious crime. I think the government will do itself a disservice if they don't want to hear the sentiments of the people on the ground, because they might think everything is okay. Because you have stopped people from talking. And remember the story of the king, that book, the emperor. Okay, we move on to the Daily Nation. UN rebukes Zambia. Okay, that's another story. And Shamaka Mbalak's integrity shielded corruption. Dr. Kaba. And you can't intimidate me, Mao Sampa. The daring has fallen off. Now, IMF says Zambia not among countries to be surcharged, and the arrest of lone protester Jason Mwanza slammed. So those are the stories in the Daily Nation. And quickly, we check out the Daily Revelation. The big story is about Shamakamba also. Shamakamba has no integrity to protect Kaba. He threatened the lawyer who reported suspected corruption against a senior government official. Okay, that's the story in the Daily Revelation. And Zambia Starkey Mission paid $22,500 for 3 months rentals. Witness. And civil servants Lungu is warning operated the same under him, Father Chikoya. I think it's sad now to be a civil servant in Zambia. I heard the sentiments by the former president, Edgar Lungu. And for me, I can say that was not necessary. The former president shouldn't have said that. Because it's like at the end of the day, we'll just politicize the civil service. Whereby you say if you do this, we'll come and fire you. And those who, yes, it might have been taken out of context, but I think it was not necessary to mention that because, it raises some questions. I think let the civil service remain professional. Let the civil service remain professional. Politicians, you can do your thing, but when it comes to civil service, please let the civil service remain the way they are. Let them just be professional and carry out their mandate. So that was an offside for the former president there. Myself, I'm not saying you should feel the same. For me, I say that was an offside. In the Zambia Daily Mail, all meal brand safe. Says ZCSA says public should not panic as all aflatoxin batches were destroyed. The other story is HH heads to China and police warn and caution Mao Sampa. And we have a big picture there of the vice president as she attended the burial of the Chongwe miners. And that's a picture that is on the front page. This is where we end what's in the papers. Join me on Monday at the same time.
KFM News Headlines at 8.
President Hichilema to attend the 9th Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit. Fred Member pleads not guilty to the charge of seditious practices. Mutalena Lumango calls for the immediate stop to illegal mining. Israel agrees to pauses in fighting for polio vaccine drive. And in sports, George Rwandaman has become the first managerial casualty of the new season.
The KFM News. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
This is KFM. As a young driver, you're more likely to take a number of the deadliest risks on our roads, including speeding, overtaking blind, driving on drugs, and not belting up.
It's more than just radio.
Good morning, Tia. Good morning. This morning is the finest morning. It's no other morning this morning. If tomorrow morning is finest this morning, and tomorrow morning is finest morning, it's no other morning this morning. Good morning, Tia.
KFM, it's more than just radio.
Usuwelejwani mulibuti, mwishani mulibwanji, tibila ni manja, tupange na banja, we have family.
When family gives you unexpected laundry challenges, give them Banja washing powder. Banja washing powder, the family detergent.
No more fading, no more stretching, the clothes look bright and new. And the fragrance keeps on getting stronger every time I move. Silky, silky smooth, looking fresh and smelling good. Get carried away by the long-lasting freshness of Boom. Always looking fresh, always looking good. Because of Boom, always at my best with Boom fabric conditioner.
Try Boom Fabric Conditioner for a scent that lasts.
Mushawari kwatako abanobe abatetsi bakwalukire balakwikatirira okulenga wasanika ng'entanda. Mushawari kwatako umunobe nga Movit Styling Gel. Oh yeah. Iyi Movit ineekata n'okulalika emishishi okufuma akachero kufika n'ekyumuno. Wow. Movit Styling Gel yalyamusha inchito era irakwata n'okubekesha emishishi yonse eri mwakwata okuyibonkya. Movit Styling Gel isangwa mu masupermarkets, mu cosmetic shops, no mu saloni ayali mu pepi na imwe. Movit, all day confidence.
Sit down in your soul. What you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Shake, shake, and sit. Get up and show me how to shake, shake, and sit. Get up off your feet.
Shake things up with shaken set fruity milk. Shaken set, when fresh, it's fruity.
Are you tired of sitting in traffic? Rushing from one class to another? Do you ever wish you could take control of your own schedule and learn at your own pace? Then the University of Zambia Institute of Distance Education has the solution for you. Our distance programs are designed to cater for your busy schedule, and our postgraduate programs range from PhD in any field, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts in various fields, Master of Science including Public Health, Nursing and Physiotherapy, Master of Education in Educational Management, Master of Science in Counseling, Master of Science in Peace Leadership and Conflict Resolution. Our undergraduate degree programs include Bachelor of Laws, business-related programs, Bachelor of Science including Public Health, Nursing, Physiotherapy, Bachelor of Education in various fields. Join us by applying on our online link, online.uza.zm for UZA IDE programs and ZOU online at uza.zm for UZA or ZOU postgraduate programs. For more details, give us a call on 0978 772249 or 0772 832487 or come in person at our Gismonde offices 122 Mandela Road, Lusaka. You can also visit our provincial centers in all the provincial towns or drop us an email at customercare@uza.zm or visit our website www.uza.zm.
Missed out on your favorite local shows due to load shedding? Don't worry, DSTV and GoTV got you covered with the Zambezi Reloaded channel. A channel dedicated to replay all your favorite Zambezi magic shows at different times so you can stay up to date. Catch Zambezi Reloaded on DSTV channel 165 and GoTV channel 57. T's and C's apply.
Greatness is everywhere. It's in the places you go, the people you meet, the things you do. Introducing Shaka Soft Drinks, a unique, refreshing drink that celebrates greatness. Shaka, celebrate greatness.
Bana mwana,
Mkwai.
alamula tintikanye tupa kubyala. Toteka mene bwino iyo.
Alefine musakamana enyanje ngevyo musakamana n'abaana besunga kyali wange
Kyapana shani kitu bidi.
mairo mwatsire mulefu omwana nawe
Ulunakula nakumanya omwaka omukabiri. Mulandunshi tusigala bikira kuna umbi.
bashi mwana mushefinshi fichitikanga chakweva ati nyanja ishatitinkana
Ifili mwata tukwata umufundo wa Afrika. Kabiri tafikula nawe.
chimo chine naine n'abaana besu amafumo nga yakonkana kuti chalenga obuumi bwesu okuba mukayofi pantu ninsha omubiri wanzitawula atusha n'okubwerera okuba gwino pakupeera efireetabirwa ku mwana omu kuchipatala batwebera okutiina muvuire okupembera omwana akumanya kw'emyaka 2 pakukwata wumbi
Ifyo mwalanda kyapangama nomba twarasta shani
tulingire okuya ku kipatala bakayeetwebe fyakukita pakutalukanya abaana bakatwafa okusala twenshire yalinga eyakubompya pakutalukanya abaana mu kufyalo
bana mwana mwalikwata amaani kwati ffe nifintu inyanja kitabira okukitalukanya pakukula we naye ffe tulingire twatalukanya abaana genda tukakwata obusomboozi bukalamu n'abaana ababuumi busoma twasalako okukwata olukwa oluwabuumi busuma kabiri ulwalunduluka okupitira mu kupemberako emyaka okukira pali 2 bakukwata omwana nawo kabiri kukipatala mukuya pando amano pabuumi busuma obwalupwa lw'ennumu
abakibireetera kweyimbira bakipani kya buumi kubombera pamo n'abo bafiirishako.
95.5. You yearned for great entertainment, and now it's here. On 95.5.
95.5. You are listening to KKFM.
Only question is, are you ready?
I can change your life.
KKFM live on your FM dial. 95.5.
It's the KFM Total Classic. Going back in
Welcome back. Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all want to smile at me. These rap cats, man, they all got this style from me. And if I ever see them, man, they probably bow to me. And when they drop, I know they gon' lean. Word they cute, I know they gon' fame. Everything Mississippi to the Palm Springs. Girls from brunettes down to blonde queens. These young boys don't know what a Don means. I'm just a bad boy, gone clean. I'm the diamond chain choker, always remain sober. Don't drink liquor and all the game's over. We the plane, I explained it to my broker. 3 box in the top down and they ain't over. You know this old man, where that come from? Man through the love rolling back to back in one. See the names have all changed since I've been around. But the game ain't the same since I left out. so much they wanna know who I'm close by. Every day approached by chicks when I was multi, wanna give me soul side, but I'm like, don't try. I see the dishes and the dishes when I go by, but see the message on my wrist when I float by. Self-control and I can't tell you no lie. Trying to find a soulmate, you end up being soul tied. I make my money, man, without the coca. Living La Vida without the loca. I'm down south, so they show me country love, and I ain't even country love. The people give me daps and hugs, so it must be love. And I love the country grub. It feels good to hear people singing welcome back. And I ain't even selling the track, cause I'm that Harlem cat. Names have all changed since I've been around, but the game ain't the same since I left out. That's Maze, and he's an American rapper, and he says, "Welcome back." His real name's Mason Durrell Betha. I was born in 1975, August 27, and he's called Mess. At one time, he was calling himself Mudda Mess, and yeah, he's a rapper. And he worked closely with Sean Puff Daddy Combs Bad Boys Records, and he signed with the label in 1996 and quickly found mainstream recognition as Mr. Combs' hype man. And he also appeared on the single that Mr. Combs, Sean Diddy, Puff Daddy released, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, which went as far as the Billboard Hot 100. And he also featured on the Feel So Good by Kerry Price, Tata, What You Want, Harlem World, and on the Todas Bee Gees, More Money, More Programs, and Being Around the World. Hey, so many songs he featured. And it's a Friday's edition, and we just hype the mood for you as we set the pace to the weekend. And shortly we'll be getting to the sports. And I can't just go straight into the sports. It's one song. This song, I think, was on Wednesday. I played it throughout the day. It's a song done by Chile One, and the guy nailed it. This one is called Drop Them. He's talking about those guys, your friends that don't inspire you, those friends that don't want you to reach the higher heights, and those friends who want always you to be begging them. And Chile One says, just drop them. Don't need them. They will just push you down and down and down. Chile One, Mr. Zambia.
Remember where you come from. Some music problems don't see old. Malilo, toka kutoka mbali na mamilion. Apate kiba kupenda malilo, kupenda eno. Wale kaba kukontrole yabo. Future yalinanga kalenda upamole. Eshako kuibili kwamo. Pole pole, ukafika pole pole. Saraya batong pole, kaba kutomoli bangwang pole. You don't know what you carry, what you don't know. Baby, you don't know. When you got put in my boat, that I follow. You will have it. Drop them down. Can you get out, drop them down? Baby, drop them down. 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 Bana wana drop them down. Alama zilizako ukaspenda bakuza simame. Bidii yako fune ipite kuma bakuza simame. Idea yabo kule balomba. Nabanipela mule balomba. Echo batumpila bamene teti palbani. Mutu twaishimisha kulada. Afeka na pachi mtoto takwata. Ewa kukongo kanimpanga. Kulanga na mwishi na kanyanta. Pole pole, ukafika pole pole. Kusalia batong pole. Kama kutomoli bamankole. Pali balo senti ayo nitaipanga sexy. Minuto vyombe kama kaya kikachike kopare. Wala kufunya mochimona. Kufika pakika changamao. Daily wala kushemao. Mukasubile lisa chikafiki wamo. Look them down. You can move it down. Look them down. Baby, drop them down. Drop them down. Drop them down.
Sanchez, boy, Manchester City left that leg. Ali and Kane together, and the Lukaku has got that hat-trick. Come on.
Welcome to the sports update on KFM's A Heavy Breakfast Show with me, Jack. And let's see what we can do in the next 10 minutes before we get to the news review at 08:30 Friday morning. And we go straight into our program, and we start with the announcement by the Football Association of Zambia that the opening matches for the week 1 for Luapula Province Regional Luapula Province Division 1 football has been postponed. Like usual, I don't know. Every time this has been happening, I don't know where these itches come from. Every season. So Luapula Province Regional Association has released the statement that Division 1, 2, 3 and Women Luapula Province has been postponed. So following the provincial executive meeting held on Thursday, 29th August 2024, it was discovered that not all teams have duly completed the registration process. It was concluded that the Division 1 season, which was scheduled to start on 1st September 2024, will instead start on Sunday, 8th September 2024, and guidance will be given in due course regarding dates on the fixtures, which was released. Teams in all divisions are hereby urged to complete their registration of players and officials before the deadline. That's a statement released by the Football Association of Zambia Luapula Province Regional General Secretary Edwin Mukenge Kaunda. So I don't know. This problem will never end. It will never end. I think let them just leave it open next time. Let them just say the league will be opening in September. Yeah, instead of giving the dates. So FAS should work on that one. And let them, if anything, make it easy for teams to to register their players. And talking about issues happening in the administration of football, now the Football Association of Zambia has released a statement indicating that it has lifted the ban on Ichileshe and Mutale. Now, let me read the statement. The Football Association of Zambia wishes to inform its members and stakeholders that it has lifted the bans imposed on administrators Elijah Chileshe and Damiano Mutale by the Ethics Committee. FAS General Secretary Ruben Kamanga says the review was done following an appeal by the duo. The FAS Ethics Committee has communicated its verdict on the appeal by Mr. Elijah Shenko Chileshe and Mr. Damiano Mutale, whose bans have been lifted, says Kamanga. We wish to encourage our members to make use of our judicial bodies when seeking recourse on football matters. We applaud the duo for following the duo process in resolving the grievances. In case you forgot, these are the guys who took the FAS to court and stopped the General Assembly, which also attracted the attention of FIFA. And yeah, it was Cho Chise. Now finally they have resolved the issue and things are back to normal as regards football administration at FAS. Okay, so we're moving on, quickly checking out what is happening in terms of football. And there was a surprise yesterday. And who expected that Zanaco can be beaten by Atletico Lusaka? And it happened. Zanaco went down by 1-0. And they couldn't just believe. And the person who did the damage was Benjamin Chisara. And he has scored his third goal of the Zambian Super League campaign. And they got their first win in the Z Super League. So it was full-time Zanaco 0, Atletico Lusaka 1. So some of the things that have happened in the week 3. Remember, we were now in week 3 in terms of the MTN. So Nchanga Rangers in week 3 beat Lumwana Regents 4-0 to go top of the Zambian Super League. And the Red Arrows beat FC Muza 1-0 and make it 10 games unbeaten at home in the Zambian Super League. And Saddam Yusuf scores the fastest goal for the season within the first 2 minutes. And Nchanga Rangers striker Maxwell Mutulula scores the first hat-trick of the season and takes himself to the top of the goal scorer chart with 4 goals. And Atletico Lusaka midfielder Benjamin Chisara scores a goal which puts him as the only player to score in every round of the league this season. So those are the things that have happened in the Zambian Super League. So well and good for the ZSL, that is the Zambian Super League. And the other news from the Zambian Super League is that Zesco United have parted company with coach George Rwandamin and assistant coach Tenant Chirumba. The development comes just days after Zesco United were eliminated by Dynamos of Zimbabwe in the CAF Confederation Cup. In the interim, Zesco United second assistant coach Emmanuel Suware will assume the role of a head coach while the club looks for a new full-time head coach. So before it even gets hot, somebody has lost his job by the name of the veteran George Rwandamina. And yesterday also we talked about the announced 27-man provision squad, and people are asking what's so difficult for Coach Avram Grant to call Fashion Sakala. Why is it that where is the beef coming from? And you know, this thing has to be resolved quickly, because we cannot just risk ourselves failing to qualify to the Africa Cup. No, I think this issue should be resolved. Now, the provision squad that has been assembled is of goalkeepers Lawrence Mulenga, Power Dynamos, Tostan Sabata from Zanaco United, Victor Chabu from Nchanga Rangers, and defenders who have been called Gift Mpande from Israel, Kilian Kanguluma from Cabo Warriors, Kawaso Chongo from Cabo Warriors, Tanji Mwape from Zesco United, Dominic Chanda from Power Dynamos, Sepila Sunzu from China, and Zakaria Chilongoshi from Napsa Stars. The midfielders are Mago Chaiwa from Switzerland and Bino Chisara from Costa do Sol, Mozambique, Benson Sakala from Czech Republic, and Rubambo Musonda from Germany, Kelvin Kapumbu from Israel, Kenneth Kasanga from Nkwazi, Kings Kangwa from Israel, Cletus Chama from Tanzania, and Lamek Banda from Italy, Joseph Banda from Switzerland, and Kelvin Kampamba from Libya. And the strikers are Kennedy Musonda from Tanzania, Kingston Mutandwa from Italy, and Angel Lubamba from Red Arrows. Ricky Banda, also from Red Arrows, Edward Chirufia from Denmark, and Songa Chipioka from Israel. Now, the issue that has been raised about one player in this squad is of Angel Lubamba. Yes, Angel Lubamba. There are issues that have risen over this player, and they are saying he's not a Zambian. Why call upon a player who is not a Zambian? That's what other football analysts are asking. Angel Lubamba, if you go to the Google, enter the name Angel Lubamba, it indicates he's from DRC. So I think let's hope things have been resolved, because we don't want to create problems where it is not necessary, because people already have spoken that check properly that he's got proper documents. Otherwise, we might just find ourselves in trouble. So that is what's happening in terms of the Zambian Super League. Now we move on. We wind up with tennis. Yeah, let's wind up with tennis. But let's move on to the UEFA Champions League. Yesterday, we had the draws for the UEFA Champions League, and they took place yesterday, throwing up a series of heavyweight fixtures, including a trip for Real Madrid. The orders, they'll have a trip to Liverpool, and the repeat of last season's final between the Spanish giants and Borussia Dortmund. Every team will play 8 games against 8 different opponents in the new format of Europe's elite club competition, with all 36 clubs now put together into one league rather than split into groups. So you need to understand things change in football. Not things have changed this season. So every team will play 8 games against 8 different opponents in the new format of Europe's elite club competition, the Champions League, with all 36 clubs now put together into one league rather than split into groups. So Madrid, who have signed France superstar Kylian Mbappe since winning a record-extending 15th European Cup, will also notably play AC Milan at home and will go to Atalanta. So Real beat last season's Europa League winners Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup in Warsaw area this month. Liverpool were back in the Champions League after one season absence, will also notably meet Milan and take on tournament debutants Girona. However, supporters of the Anfield club will be more excited about the prospect of hosting German champions Bayer Leverkusen, coached by former Liverpool midfielder Xavi Alonso. This one was a must-watch encounter. So we have also other fixtures now. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, winners of the competition in 2023, will play at home to Italian champions Inter Milan and go to both Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus. However, they were also handed more comfortable opponents, including Club Brugge, Sparta Prague, and Slovan Bratislava, who have never played in the modern Champions League proper. Other standouts head-to-heads will include Bayern Munich against both PSG and Barcelona, and Arsenal against Inter and Paris. The number of clubs in the Champions League has increased from 32 in the past, with the 36 participants split into 4 seeded pots of 9 for the draw. While in the past, the draw was entirely conducted by hand, this time had to be different to avoid the process lasting several hours. Each team was drawn out by former Italy goalkeeper Giroud Buffon on the stage in Monaco before Cristiano Ronaldo pressed a button to activate the computer, which revealed all 8 of their opponents. Every team will face 2 clubs from each of the 4 pots, 1 at home and 1 away. The first matches will be played on 17, 18, and 19 September. Aston Villa were handed a tie at home to Bayern Munich and Juventus as they enter the modern Champions League for the first time. Villa beat Bayern in the final when they won the European Cup in 1982 and then lost to Juventus in the following season's quarterfinals. The English side will also host Celtic, while the Scottish champions can also look forward to trips to Dortmund and Atalanta. Among the new faces, French club Brest, who have never played in any European competition before and were 100 games against both Madrid and Barcelona. Girona's first foray into the competition will see them host Liverpool and Arsenal and go to PSG and AC Milan. And UEFA also announced that the specific dates for fixtures will be revealed on Saturday. So this is what happened yesterday in terms of the fixtures for the European, for the Champions League. So this is what we had. So looking forward to an exciting fixture starting on the 17th. So the new format of the Champions League kicks off. Let's just look quickly at tennis and for the fixtures for the games that will be played this weekend. Join me during the DSTV Multi Choice remote at 0850. Quickly on tennis, third seed Carlos Alcaraz suffered a seismic second round exit at the US Open with a thumping defeat by unseeded Dutchman Botic van den. Alcaraz was bidden to become the third man in history after Rod Laver and Rafael Nadal to win the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open in the same calendar year. Only Rafael Nadal can do this. Yeah. And since Nadal retired, I think it will take some years. It will take some years for someone to achieve what he achieved. Okay, so this is where we end our sports update. Join me on a Monday, same time, same place, for the fixtures for the games to be played this weekend. Join me during the DSTV Multi Choice remote at 0850.
Waking up with this is FM.
As a young driver, you're more likely to take a number of the deadliest risks on our roads, including speeding, overtaking blind, driving on drugs, and not belting up.
It's more than just radio. You're waking up with
It's not a meal, but it's just as filling. It's not a fruit, but it's just as giving. It's Smooth Shaky Joe. Shaky Joe. Smooth Shaky Joe. Shaky. Get rid of that hungry stomach rumble. Get yourself a refreshing Shaky Joe fruity milk. Strawberry, pineapple, mixed berry. Smooth Shaky Joe.
Shaky Joe. Fill yourself with goodness. You're waking up with
The hits.
95.5.
Once more, welcome to the news review on Heavy Breakfast Show today, the 30th of August, 2024. And in case you want to participate on the program, the number is 09747 49885, 09747 49885, or 0965884955. You can join the conversation. Also, you can go to our Facebook page. You can leave your comments there. We are live on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. So those are the two platforms you can get us. Also on the terrestrial transmission, we are on 95.5. And on Radio Garden also, you can try to stream on Radio Garden. This is KFM's Heavy Breakfast Show that is happening today, the 30th of August, 2024, with me, Jack. Now, let's quickly look at what is in our news today and some of the stories that we have now. We have the story of President Hakainde Hichilema, who is expected to attend the 9th Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Focus Summit, which runs in China from August 30th to September 7th, 2024. The summit, held every 3 years, alternatively in Africa and China, will be convened from September 4th to 6th in Beijing under the theme Joining Forces to Promote Modernization and Build a High-Level China-Africa Community of a Shared Future. Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Minister Mulambo Ayimbe says President Hichilema will join other leaders at the summit in advancing common growth and mutually beneficial development for Africa and China. So the president is leaving today, and if you look at China, is our all-weather friend. China has been Zambia's best friend. There was let me just take you back to the time of MMD. Yeah, if you remember, when PF was in opposition then, and of course they were doing their campaigns, and of course then late President Sata used to touch on the issue of China, and he also had other plans. I don't know if he was politicking or what, and whereby he even mentioned that when he becomes a president, to recognize Taiwan, and for China, they don't recognize as Taiwan as a country, but as a province. So when the PF were campaigning that time, they would used to make those promises, and that they will reduce their interaction with China. But when they came into power, we saw what happened. And of course, China helped the then government to embark on a massive infrastructure development, to make it, could make you understand how China is considered as a good friend by African countries, is that their aid or their grants or loans that they get from China, they don't attach so many conditions to it. Unlike something that comes from the West. So China, they can do the projects, they can fund the projects, they can do it themselves, and then you start paying them at a later stage. And of course, they don't also interfere into the governance issues. That's another major thing about the Chinese government, the Chinese people. They don't interfere in the governance of every African government. They don't. So that's why most African countries are friends to China. And we saw when the UPND came into office, they decided to associate more with the West. But it seems now they have realized that a real friend, a true friend is China. And we've seen this will be a second trip that President Hakainde Hichilema is making to China. I think we need more of China than the West. But as a country, we are non-aligned. That's how we have been all along. So we don't align ourselves to any of the powers. We are in between. We are getting something from the West. We are also getting something from China and other countries in the East. So that's a good move by the president. He has decided to go and attend this economic summit. And we are grappling with issues of energy. And China might just offer that solution that we're looking for. The other story that was in the news is that of Vice President Mutale Nalumangwa. Now, Vice President Mutale Nalumangwa has called for the immediate stop to illegal mining in the country to safeguard life. And the 9 people that were buried alive at an illegal gravel quarry in Chongwe district after part of the ground collapsed have been buried. Speaking during the funeral service of the quarry accident victims, the Vice President said losing vibrant and productive young people who would have contributed to the country's development is painful. Ms. Nalumangwa said the accident could have been avoided had the mining of gravel been done legally. The Vice President also called for harmonization in the practicing of mining and issuances of artisanal licenses to small-scale miners in the district. Ms. Nalumango said it should be the collective responsibility of everyone from government, political leaders, and the local people to ensure that illegal mining is curtailed to avoid the loss of life. Okay, so this issue, I think the country will continue grappling with the issue of illegal mining, because if you look at the country, it's so vast. It is so vast, and minerals are being discovered on a daily basis, and government agencies cannot be everywhere at any given time. It is not just possible. It is not just possible. That's why we need to have the stakeholder engagement, where we bring in the traditional leaders, because they are the ones who are with those people, and most of this mining are being done in their land. So I think that's the route the Ministry of Mines under the Mine Safety Department, I think they need to start sensitizing the people, and of course advise them on the safe way to do the mining, because we've been losing people, and we are told that even in Northwestern province there was a similar accident, and then earlier this year we had this issue in Chingola, and yeah, these issues are continue to be reported, but it's like we are yet to find a solution on how we are going to resolve this issue, because you need to understand, people also, because of the hard life that we are experiencing, they also want to survive. Everyone wants to survive. So I think it's high time we find a way of helping our brothers do safe mining as they try to survive, but they have to do it in a safe manner. Lastly, the story we are looking at is this issue of shortage of clean water right here within Mansa. Now, residents of Joshua Village in Chief Chimese's chiefdom has been hit by a critical shortage of clean water. Benedict Waria, a resident of the area, said it is frustrating that the only source of water was seasonal streams which are contaminated and pose a health risk to all using that water. Waria urged the government to address the water crisis by drilling a bore in Joshua Village to help stop the waterborne disease outbreak. She says the problem has persisted for years without government action and needs urgent action. The resident pleaded with the government to urgently act on the matter. This is what she had to say about the issue of water.
Nanomba tulechula sokusafika ifiulu subalose twakulafika mu January yalo menjeza pakishima twapa kwanza tulefunya payment mumene mlamu mwanza dibali bale washaika tuleka payment kwa ita ikira no kuna kwano twapa tulefa kwa kapimila ko tuleka bila tula kwato okulwala tulatailia na malaria tulasambana ina kwa kubini.
Okay, that's a resident from Chief Chimese's area, and issues of water. Water is life, and we cannot overemphasize the need for the authority to look at the cry of the residents of Joshua Village. I think the provincial administration, in conjunction with the district administration, we cannot be talking about the issues of water at this time, 60 years after independence, and we are in an area where rivers are everywhere. We are in an area where we received a good rainfall and people struggling to get water. I remember Bob Marley once said, if you remember that song, in the You know, remember the song, In the Midst of Water, and he says, a fool goes thirsty. That's Bob Marley. It's not me. It's Bob Marley who said that. In the midst of water, a fool goes thirsty. We cannot be going thirsty. When you look around, there are rivers everywhere. There are rivers everywhere. And I'm surprised that some areas that are even near the waterworks don't have water. In Lodest, they don't have water. Kaole area, they don't have water. And you don't get an explanation from the people who are running these institutions. And you start asking, is it that they don't care? As long as they report for work, they knock off at 17 hours. The following day, they go back to work, knock off at 17 hours. And what do they do when they go for work? Nobody knows. That's why I'm saying, is it the issue of I don't care? Me, I've been employed. You can talk and talk and talk. Me, I'll get paid at the end of the month. That's where we need now political pressure. We have the DC in Mansa. Is she aware that we don't have water? Part of Lodest doesn't have water. Part of Chabaraboe doesn't have water. Kaole doesn't have water. Has she received that report? What about the council, the mayor, the father of the city? Is he aware that in some areas there have never been water for over 2 months now? And what action have they taken? I think sometimes let's show love for our country. Those who have been given the responsibility to look after the public affairs, please, let's love Zambia. Let's do what is right. If I was you, I would feel guilty to get paid for the work I haven't done. It's like I'm stealing from the nation. You don't work, but you are paid. That's pure theft. When people cry, listen to their cry. I end here.
This is KFM.
As a young driver, you're more likely to take a number of the deadliest risks on our roads, including speeding, overtaking blind, driving on drugs, and not belting up.
It's more than just radio.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Judy Yo, and you're listening to KFM 95.5. It's more than just radio.
Exclusive from Freeplay.
La Zambia. Football is in our blood. And with Bola Yapazed on Supersport, you get it all. All the fun, all the shine, all the stars, all the Mingalato, all the saves, all the goals, all the football, all the Bola you love. That's Bola Yapazed, all on Supersport on DSTV from as low as 220 kwacha per month.
Do you want a little bit of this? Money delivery. Hey, Casey. Or a little bit of that.
You didn't betray me. You betrayed yourself.
This guy has got 6 mannerless wives.
Would you prefer this?
What a finish from Wepu! How about that from Wepu? And now there's a big chance for Tatsun Taka, and he scores. Tatsun Taka saw the ball fall kindly for it.
Worry not, because we have it all on DSTV. Tune in to the multi-choice remote for more. It's time for the multi-choice remote. Only on KFM 95.5.
Welcome to the DSTV multi-choice remote, and DSTV so much more. We give you so much more on DSTV, and if you want to be part of DSTV family, all you have to do is go to Rapid Stores. That's where we have our offices. That's where our offices are located. Get yourself that decoder, and if your account is inactive, you can go and reactivate your account. Quickly checking out what we have today, and we'll zero in on the SuperSport channels today. And we start with Friday today. We have on channel 200 SuperSport Breeze, where we give you daily updates, or minute by minute, hour by hour updates of what's happening in the world of sports. So that's channel 200. And we have at 09 hours Gary Neville's on SuperSport Premier League channel 203. So you can join Peter Schmeichel's Soccer Box, features Manchester United legend Gary Neville in conversation with a former rival or teammate as they watch through some of the most competitive matches they played in. So today it's season 2, episode 8 of 10. This one comes at 09:30 on channel 203, SuperSport Premier League. And in case you missed the match between AC Milan and Parma, that is the Serie A, you can watch that one on channel 205, SuperSport Football. And it has started. It started at 08:45. What else do we have today? On the Premier League channel 203, we have a PL Premier League catch-up at 12 hours. So that one is on at 12 hours. Weekly best beats compilation of all Premier League production, content, and programming. That is season 25, episode 2 of 40. 12 hours, we have that one. And at 19 hours, we have Team Talks, where Onuwo and Zesh Rehman join Julian Stewart on transfer deadline day to look ahead to the weekend Premier League action and discuss the latest big signings. The transfer deadline is fast approaching, so you can get the latest update when it comes to that. And don't forget, we have the fixtures coming up in terms of the major leagues in the world. Today, Friday, we have Venezia versus Torino at 18:30 hours live on SuperSport Football. You can catch it live on SuperSport Football. We have Inter Milan versus Atalanta. This one I'm watching on SuperSport Football live at 20:45. This one, I'm going to watch this one. Yeah, it's a big one. And on Saturday, we have the following matches. The early kickoff Saturday, it will be Arsenal versus Brighton at 13:30 on SuperSport Premier League. Catch it live at 13:30 on SuperSport Premier League. And Brentford versus Southampton at 16 hours on SuperSport Football. We have Everton against Bournemouth at 16 hours on SuperSport Variety 3. And we have Ipswich versus Fulham on SuperSport OTT 3. Moving on to the MTN Wafa Cup for the South African League, we have Orlando Pirates versus Cape Town City on SuperSport PSL, and that will be live tomorrow. And still moving on with what is happening in terms of football on a Saturday. Yeah. So giving you what is happening somewhere else on Saturday on SuperSport Premier League, we have West Ham versus Manchester City. This one is on at 18:30. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves is on SuperSport Variety Channel 2 at 16 hours. And Leicester City are playing Aston Villa on SuperSport Premier League. And Aston Villa back in the Champions League. And in the La Liga, at 17 hours on SuperSport La Liga, we have Barcelona versus Real Valladolid. Athletic Club versus Atletico Madrid on SuperSport La Liga at 19 hours. Espanyol will be playing Rayo Vallecano on SuperSport OTT4, and it will be live at 19:15. Leganés playing against Mallorca at 21:30 on SuperSport Variety 2. It will be live, and also live is via Valencia versus Villarreal on SuperSport La Liga, and it will be live out there. And on Sunday, we have Chelsea playing Crystal Palace at 14:30 hours. Newcastle playing Tottenham Hotspurs. This one is an exciting fixture. 14:30 hours. Tottenham, Newcastle United. And the big one, Manchester United versus Liverpool at 17 hours. Live on SuperSport. The reason you have to get on SuperSport. For more fixtures, tomorrow morning at 09:30 on the weekend fixtures during the Rumba Show. This has been the DSTV Multi-Choice Remote, and this is where we wind up our heavy breakfast show on K95.5.
You want it all? Well, we got it all. Just for you, the Premier League.